weeks ago, a friend of mine is to take a tripod, like this one, and turn it into a Steadicam or GlideCam type stabilizer, which I got this tripod from Walmart for like 30 bucks. I wanted to try to get something like super cheap to try this out with. Now, setting this up is actually freaking ridiculously simple. First, you need the right type of tripod, which you just need something with a neck extender. It would be a plus if it has a rotating head like this one, but that's not mandatory. But now you are ready to turn this into a traveling stabilizer, which only takes one step of modification. Ready? Unscrew the arm from one of the legs and you're done. Or in my case, I actually snapped off the connector. Most tripods should allow you to disconnect without breaking the tripod permanently. It will be the cheaper tripods like this one that won't. For the most, we can mount the camera to the head with the neck raised up and then hold the leg to carry. However, I have no balance at first. Even when I stretch the leg out, my 5D is just too heavy. So I grabbed the 5-pound leg weight I had laying around my house and secured that to the opposite side, and that fixed the issue and balanced my setup out nicely. Now off the bat, I love the type of shot that I can get with this, but the jitter that I'm getting is out of control, ugly, and just not smooth. What I figured is that I'm getting this jumpiness due to how lightweight and flimsy this tripod is, so I grabbed my Manfrotto and set it up the same way. Of course, with this one, I can just unscrew the leg from the arm. That way I don't have to break it, which is nice. Then I gave it another go, and sure enough, it worked 10 times better. I'm actually surprised at how well this works. I was able to get some pretty smooth shots and cool angles to boot. It is a bit awkward to carry. It takes some getting used to keep the shots that you want, but for a quick, cheap fix, this is pretty friggin' awesome idea. Look at this running shot here. I was shocked at how well this worked. I was even able to change hands without too much of an issue happening to the image. I also love how this setup allows you to do crazy Dutch angles or just put the camera completely on its side for some other interesting shots. It's also just a great setup for that Sam Raimi type POV monster cam shot, which I actually like the lighter tripod for that a lot better since there was that bob going on. It gives you the feeling of looking through the eyes of something that's actually running, and it kind of makes it a little bit more intense. So if that is what I was going for, I would actually reach for the cheaper tripod over the larger one. You could also mount the camera looking forward so you could move with the tripod thinned out to get through tight spaces, or just hold the setup upside down to what we have now to get sort of higher shots. Now, of course, this won't be as smooth as pro gear. It's also a lot harder to control, and depending on what tripod you use, it could be very heavy, but it is an awesome and quick DIY solution. And I love stuff like this, just keeping it in that filmmaker tool bag of ideas that I'm always talking about. That way, when you're on set and a problem arises, you have this idea sitting in the back of your mind just waiting to get you out of a jam or impress people that you were working with, which is always helpful to get called back for the next production. So give that a shot, and remember to get a tripod that's heavy enough to get your solid shots. It doesn't have to be a super expensive tripod either. I saw a $40 tripod that probably would have worked out perfectly. I just wanted to see how cheap I could push this. And again, this is not my original idea. It came from this guy on YouTube, so go check out his original video here.